Good evening from the beautiful tropical land of Florida, from the beautiful, small, cozy Jeep Renegade that I live in, on the wonderful YouTube channel that I run, that I upload daily videos on, and then I go live every night. And I welcome you to join. And that's what we're getting ready to start tonight. And tonight's structured topic, I care too much, which is going to be focused around overthinking and some examples in my life, as well as taking live comments. With the conversation can go anywhere. Underwear, wearing a lot of underwear, porn, anything. Hung up 1984. Hey, what's up, beautiful? Hey, Sam. How are you? How's everyone? Leave the live comments. Let me know what's going on in your life. Is it a disaster or are you doing well? I go through different moments in the life during the course of the day. I go through different moments. Sometimes I say, "Oh, life's pretty good," and then I say, "Oh, life's a disaster." Tom Hanks, what's up, brother? Love and respect to you. You're not watching Cats tonight, I hope. Love and respect to you and my guy Blanton. Luke, what's up, brother? Hey, man. I'm at Dunkin' Donuts on free Wi-Fi up to Wazoo, having a nighttime coffee. Cheers to you. Cheers as well, brother. Brother, Luke, cheers to you. I just got out of Starbucks and I just charged my phone up full battery. Used that free Wi-Fi. I was going to go live from outdoors at Starbucks, but there was a lady in there checking her Facebook, and I didn't want to scare her when I started talking about having no underwear on. Antonio, what's up, man? Yeah, the streets are clean here in Florida, bro. Long Island, total disaster. But I did date a couple Long Island girls that got a nice accent. Free to be me. Hey, what's up, Sam? What's going on, brother? Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, without further delay, we will get back to the live comments, but I want to talk about what I titled this live feed. I care too much / overthinking. You know, this morning I woke up and it was a nice morning. I had my morning coffee at Starbucks. It's a Saturday as I make this live feed. And of course, my day off of work and I'm relaxing. And then after I got to the gym, after I had my cup of coffee, actually, when I was in the gym, when I was in the shower in Planet Fitness, I started thinking about something for work, something that it didn't cross my mind on Friday. So I called somebody from my job. I said, look, I was just thinking, this came to mind. I think we should do this, this, and this. And he goes, all right, Sam, that sounds good. But it's Saturday. Don't, unwind a little bit. And part of the reason why I've been able to do well in my career is because I do care. I care. Sometimes you care too much. I care also with humans. I have empathy. And sometimes you can care too much. I thought about Bill Parcells, the football player, because it relates both. I care too much. It relates to your professional life and your personal life. I've had a girl tell me, you overthink. A little bit of it, she had a Hello Kitty, so she was a disaster too. But let me finish the story. It's going to get good. First, when after I called the work associate today and after I was talking about something, what came to my mind was Bill Parcells. Bill Parcells, one of the all-time greatest football coaches in history. Like him or not, I didn't always like him because I felt he was a little bit of a mean coach. But at that time in history, he was good. Mainly, he coached for the New York Giants. He won a couple Super Bowls, and then he went on to coach for different teams. But after he coached for the Giants and after he really made his name, that was what, he went to other teams, but he would only stay with the other teams for a couple years. And then he would get burnt out, and then he would go to another team, and then he'd have to stop. And I remember one of the interviews that he gave towards the end of, his career, even after he jumped around, he said, they go, Bill, why do you keep coming back? Why do you keep jumping around? If you do want to come back, why don't you stay with one team? He goes, well, I'm not coming back anymore because what I realized is I can't turn my mind off. He goes, some people have it. They have the ability to turn their mind off. I don't have it. So he goes, I wish I had it, but I don't. And I care too much. When I am the head coach or when I'm the general manager, I'm thinking about throughout the course of the day, throughout the course of the night, and at the weekends, I'm thinking about what I need to do to make the team better. And he goes, that's good. That's why I've been able to achieve success. You have to care. He goes, so that has allowed me to achieve Super Bowl status, greatest coach, etc., etc. He goes, but it's also burnt me out. It's also stressed me out. It's also affected my quality of life because I care too much. I can't turn this off. I get burnt out and I say, I can't even do it no more. Because for me, it's all or nothing. Part of I care too much, part of overthinking is it's all or nothing. And sometimes I'm like that, all or nothing. Because to me, I say, well, if you're going to do something, you might as well go all in. And I think that's wisdom. But I also think it's wisdom that it's an observation that, you have to pull yourself back a little bit. You have to not care a little bit. Now, I don't care as far as I don't care what people think. I don't care about status symbol. I don't care about any of that anymore. But when I say I care, it's more related to the fact of I have empathy. I want to do good as far as, what I'm responsible for, and I want it to work. And you have to care a little bit less. Not from a dedication standpoint, but you have to disconnect a little bit. And I have to share this because this is part. It's healing, it's therapy to share, it's wisdom. As I pick these topics and I verbally express it, I guide my mind. I direct my life. I coach myself, I talk to myself, I encourage myself. Am I going to do a live feed about eating Twinkies? No, that'll probably get more views. But it's helped me grow. I think back at the different live feeds I've done on different topics, and sometimes I pull like direction from them, and I say that's the benefit. That's the benefit on picking a structured topic, focusing on it for the first few minutes, and then talking it out to myself. And what I'm sharing with you is you have to care, you have to be dedicated, but you also have to have a level of disconnection. You can't really care too much with the fact where you burn yourself out. You can't care too much where you suffocate a relationship. You can't care too much. You got to let go a little bit. And that's it. That's structured topic. I'm not going to beat that horse to death. Okay. Now I drink magical ice water. Now we talk about everything. This way everyone likes this part because it's like not a sermon. And then we just go from there. Tom Hanks says, no catch tonight. Been a fun day, good. App State won conference football championship. Been a day to celebrate. Well, I'm happy for you. I know today is Saturday, so it's a big college football day. A lot of people like that. I don't like any sports anymore. You couldn't pay me to watch a sport. It's not because I didn't like them. I watched sports for many years. I used to like mainly professional sports. I went to many games, professional games. I just have no interest. I grew out of it. I grew out of eating food. I grew out of the strip club. I grew out of dressing up fancy and trying to act like a professional. Like sometimes I'm in Starbucks, and I see some guys on their phone and their laptop, talking about closing deals and closing contracts. And I think when I was in that mindset, I have no desire, obviously, look, I want to make a good living. I want to be successful. But, I don't want to be, I showed you, that video from Naples. I can blend in with any crowd. I spend time in upper class neighborhoods. I spend time in lower class areas as far as financial. And to me, it don't matter. I breeze through both areas. But I don't know. The whole show of life, it does nothing for me anymore. It does nothing for me. And that part of it is good. I really don't care. I don't know how I got to that, but thank you, Luke. I like the video you made during the day. Pump up. Good. I got a couple on back deck. We're going to load them up. Luke, thank you. Well, did you see that MILF trying to holler at me? There was a lot of hotter MILFs than that, though. Luke. Well, glad you got a caring heart because I have a good heart. Yeah, you can get cold too, though. I'm not going to lie. We're all human. So even the most warmest, compassion perfect can have a very cold heart. So can you. Everyone can. Never think someone is not compassionate and never think someone is too overly compassionate. Everyone has a level of good and bad, some more than others, but everyone has both. And he goes, because I have a good heart as well. I hate to see the sadness and hurt emotionally, mentally in this world. So I always try to bring positive vibes. Well, Luke, you are positive. Luke, you are appreciated. Luke, you are appreciated. Let go of any self-criticism. Forward. Queen's coloring clean. What's up, Queen? Good to see you. Hello to you. Queen says, my life is a little bit of both. Everyone's life is. Excellent comment. Good job, Luke. I am the same way. I definitely care too much. And my mind is deep and very analytical. I understand that. Even though I have carefree spirit, I understand that. And like to live free. I totally understand, brother. Me and you on the same page. Who should you be around? People you're on the same page. If you're not on the same page with them, cut them off. Because you'll never be. They'll never understand you. As soon as you say you don't wear underwear, they have to give a thumbs down the video. Why? Because they get offended. They get offended by that. They don't get offended, by a lot of other things. They should get offended, but that's okay. All right, praise the Lord. Tony, Sam, how are you doing today? I feel good looking Saturday. This is like the only official day you have off if you work a regular job, which I do. Sunday, tomorrow, I'm going to be happy in the beginning of the day. Then at the end of the day, I say, oh, shit, I got to go back to work on Monday. But I'm thankful for my job. I'm blessed. But this is the reality of America. We're blessed in this country. This country is a blessing, a lot of opportunity. Beautiful Florida, beautiful. The other states, total disaster. Florida is the only because it's nice. But I love everywhere. I love it. But what I could tell you is, look, most people only have off one day. Sunday, total disaster. Luke, I definitely agree with encouraging yourself. Oh, got to. Even the guy in the Bible, okay? Who was it? King David, who committed adultery, who fucked the army's wife. He sent a guy out to go fight a war, fucked his wife, and then killed him. And they get offended at me for saying I don't wear underwear and don't go to church tomorrow and read that scripture and never realize what it was. Total disgrace. And they'll name their son David, and then they'll say I'm an asshole. And Coke, not Coke as far as the drug, Coke as far as the drink, Coca-Cola soda. Hennessy and Coke, Remy Martin, Corona, and grenadine, stuff like that. Nothing too crazy. Queen, how are you doing? I feel great. I got no underwear on. How are you? Appreciate that, love. Tony got you. I have not. Oh man, what's going on with that Zoom? Tony got you. I have not bad, but those are sneaky, just like the zombie drinks. Oh, we talking about alcohol? I'm not mad at that. J-Cut, what's up, brother? Sam, you're awesome. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Started my journey and have been living out of my car for a month. Congratulations, and congratulations. Now, to me, I'm at the point in life I don't celebrate when people buy a house. I celebrate when they start living out of a car. That's wild. Now, I'm not saying that's for everyone, please, but love and respect. And he goes, your advice has helped me. Yes, good. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Thank you, big brother. Thank you as well. Now, look, you may get to a point where you get burnt out. I think the average person likes living in their car for 8 months. I think after that, you'll get bored. You want a home base, and there's nothing wrong with going back and changing your mind. You may stay free forever. You may buy a home base. You may buy an RV. You may buy nothing. Life is part of the journey. Enjoy the journey, brother. And right now, live that freedom, man, while you can, while you got your good health. Take care of your health, brother. Don't live in your car and eat Chick-fil-A every night. Don't live in your car, man, and still abuse drugs, man. Don't live in your car and stay around that unhealthy relationship. Don't abuse drugs. I mean, you got to, what I preach is mind, body, and soul, not just living below your means, but living your best life, because life is shit. I don't try to lie to you guys. Look, it's a disaster out there. Don't make it more of a disaster than it needs to be. Love and respect. Luke, amen. Cut people off who are not on the same page. 100 emoji. Luke, 100%. Yes. Praise the Lord. Good job. Oh, Italian Stallion from New Jersey. Italian Stallion, get your ass down to Tampa, brother. It's a disaster in New Jersey, man. Okay? And it's not a disaster because it's a liberal state, because Chris Christie, the Republican. Oh, I got a strip. Hold on. Oh, Tony, I don't got a strip. It's a man. For your help, you gave me a Starbucks, Tony. Oh, thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Thank you. And thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Thank you. Italian Stallion. Get your ass down to Tampa, brother. You ain't missing nothing in Jersey. Now, some people say, oh, you got Jersey because it's a liberal state. Now, look, I don't care if you're liberal or conservative. I don't like either party somewhat. But Chris Christie ran that state for 8 years. He was a Republican. And now they got a little bit of a liberal guy in there. The bottom line is, it's not about politics. It's cold as hell. And you're not around hot MILFs. Do you know how many hot MILFs I was just around Naples waiting to give me some of their settlement money? Did I fall for it? No. I said, I'm not going to do it. Maybe YouTube will work. I'm not going to be your pool boy slave. I want to, try to do YouTube. And they try to convince me like, I want to be part of your YouTube channel. I said, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. All right. There's not enough for me and you to live in the same car. Love and respect. Good job. I'm tough. You're getting closer and closer to me by being in Naples. Yeah. Now, a couple people now, if you see me in the street, love and respect. Good job. Thank you, man. Thinking about showing up with veggie sandwiches to lure you in. No, please don't do that, man. I like to be alone, but I love you. I appreciate the thought. Just kidding. I know you want to be solo. See? MTOF, you get me, man. We're on the same page, man. I appreciate that. Thank you, man. Thank you. Queen, there has to be a cutoff point somewhere down the line. What do you mean by that? Maybe I missed a comment. I got all riled up. Super chat made me very happy. Chat, Minnesota is total disaster. Now, look, I love Minnesota. There's even a person part of this channel that says, I'm moving from Minnesota to Florida. Love and respect to her. I think she has a special needs kid that I think she gets like, she's told me like $3,000 a month or something to take care of, but that's, my heart went out to her. But outside of that, Minnesota's a disaster. The only thing, now I love Minnesota. I love the Minnesota Timberwolves when Stephen Marbury played for them and Kevin Garnett. I thought they were very good, very underrated. And even when Sprewell went there. But what I could tell you is it's a disaster. Not because the people aren't beautiful, not because, not anything political, because it's freezing up there. It's a total disaster. Now, I think don't they make the Scamp RVs? Buy your ass a 13-foot Scamp, throw your shit in that thing, and get the hell out of there, man. It's a disaster. Got a little snow blizzard and have to call off of work. Total disaster. Thank you again, Tony. I see that. Thank you, brother. Luke, much love going on this live chat. Well, it's Saturday. It's the only day you're totally excited about life. I love it, man. The positivity is great amongst thankful. I mean, look, if you cut off certain people and you just say, you're still going to get negative people. I still get negative people that come in once in a while, whether it's on the live feed or whether it's on a video. But I'm trying to get mature and not get baited into a contentious relationship. So I just cut them off and I just keep positive people around my life, whether it's YouTube or real life. And you should do the same thing. Why? Because it makes life better. It's already a disaster. You don't want to make it worse. Luke, 3 stars. Praise the Lord. Tiny Stallion. I'll be in Tampa in 1 month. Amen, brother. You want to get a little bit south in Tampa too. Get a little bit south so you can get that warm weather. But a lot of jobs in Tampa. U-Haul. You blocked me for posting something political. Well, it's a little bit political and I'm not going to lie to you. That's how I felt. Could be wrong. But you want me to be honest, that's how I felt. Tony, give you some settlement money. Laugh out loud. Yeah, please. I love them. Oh, we got another one. Praise the Lord. J Cut Visuals. Dropping knowledge on me. The brain and the peace emoji. J Cut, thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. I pray you get double blessed back and everything good happens to your life, man. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you very much. Queen. I care too much as well that I get taken for granted and I get used by some. Well, I understand that. I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't want to hurt you all. I don't want to hurt anyone that I blocked. I don't want to, but what I'm trying to say is I don't want to change. I always go back to this. I don't want to change people. I don't want to change anyone in this chat room. I don't want to change you all. I don't want to change me. So it's there's some things that sit well with me. There's some things that don't. And if you feel that something sits well with you, but it doesn't sit well with me, the best thing for us to do is part ways. Because I don't believe that you should try to change someone. I don't want to be changed and I want to change them. I want to build with people. You know what I mean? We build together and we grow and we share, but the vibe is the same. You understand what I'm saying? And it took time for me to recognize that. For a while, I had people in my circle, I think they, I think they cared about me, but the vibe wasn't the same. And that hurt my life. I'm done with that. I already know life's a disaster. The last thing I want to do is fight people that I'm around, you know what I mean, and that I spend time with. And so, again, it's all love and respect, but I gotta, that's what it is. Italian staying. Do you ever treat yourself to a hotel now and then? No, the last time I did that, and then I spent a hotel a couple days. I hate a hotel. To me, you get more bed bugs in a hotel. When you sleep at a hotel, what you're sleeping in is you're sleeping in a bed that someone masturbated in and the maid lightly cleaned. Total disaster. I rather sleep in my car. I just want somewhere safe and legal. That's why I've adopted campgrounds, because they're safe, legal, and for the most part, pretty legit. But after 10 o'clock, I used to owner quieted them up. And I love dogs, so I really didn't care. And I had my earbuds in, I was watching porn. But, it's just, you just want it peaceful. Where are we at? But there's nothing wrong with getting a hotel room. Like I said, living in your car, your number one asset is your flexibility. You have a job in a different town, in a different state, you can move. A hurricane's coming, you can move. The biggest downside is you have no one place for your mind to rest every night. So campgrounds help, but you have to move every couple of weeks or every couple of days. But you always have it in the back of your mind, like if you got severe, something like that, to get you by. Mel, I turned on 2 minutes behind. Had to chime in on a great topic. Well, thank you. Let's see what you got to say. I have a brain that doesn't turn off. I understand that. Also been accused of the same judgments. Yeah, when that hot girl told me like I'm overthinking, and I think she was right, but also she was playing games. It was like psychological warfare. That's why eventually I just had to cut her off. She was a good person. She taught me a lot. And she was right. Some critique that she had for me was right. But the relationship, we weren't on the same page. So even though she was a good person, even though like I don't think she was intentionally hurting me. I wasn't trying to intentionally because again, life's hard enough. Why are you going to make it harder? I'm not. And then Mel goes, thoughts on saying ignorance is bliss. Good talk. Amen. I think about that often. There's a scripture that says the deeper my knowledge, the deeper my agony. Look, ignorance is bliss to a level. Now, certainly ignorance can hurt your life. So you want to have a level of wisdom. You want to have balance. It always goes back to balance. You don't want to be too wise. You don't want to be too foolish. You want to find a balance. Buddha's whole road to enlightenment was him finding balance. And he said when he found balance, that was enlightenment. And the key thing is, like, balance is different for each person because we all have our own fingerprint. We're all a little bit different. And so that's where it could be a little bit gray. Tony, most people are vultures. Well, I totally agree with that. Yeah, they will circle. Oh, this is good. They will circle with their own needs until one day you drop dead and they will eat you. Tony, 100 emoji to that. Somebody give me a vulture emoji. Italian, great point. I'm not speaking to my sister because she constantly wants me to like her. Well, look, I mean, I have two sisters. I love them. They did a lot for me in different times of my life. And I don't really speak to them that much, but it's not out of disrespect. It's just out of fact, we just have different lives. And in the beginning of our lives, like, of course, I looked up to them. They were older. I was the youngest of 3 siblings. They were older, and I appreciated they helped me. They let me hang out with them, and that was real fun. And they taught me some things, and I'm thankful. I have no harsh look. They got their own thing. I got my own thing. I don't want any problems with anyone, but it's just we live different lives. And it's like, it's just what it is. Queen, the topic of the chat, love and respect. Oh, I got you. Italian. Yeah, you just got totally turned me off to hotels. Laughed my ass off. Yeah. Look, I know more people that got bed bugs in hotels. Look, once, even nice, like 5-star hotels. Well, maybe 5-star hotels, but you might as well buy a house. You gotta buy a 5-star hotel. But, look, I mean, you could do them for a break. I know my man AJ, who lives full-time in his Prius down in Miami. He does hotels on an occasional basis when he eats too much Mexican or he's dating a hooker. But not my thing. But I leave it in my back pocket in case, crap really hits the fan. Luke, what you got going on tomorrow for your plans? Well, in the morning time, I'm going to hit the gym again. Go do a light workout. Do that every morning. Wake up by 7, hit Starbucks, do the gym. I'm going to do there's a couple areas still I want to travel on the West Coast. Play around with that. Then I don't know. Then after 3 o'clock, I'll get a little bit depressed. Why? Because on Monday, I got to go back to work. But I'm thankful for my job because it gives me the ability to do what I want to do. Tony, thing about New Jersey, if you're in the food game, New Jersey has great food. Because you got, it's good food, a good breakfast sandwiches. But I'm not in the food game, so Publix gets me right. Italian stallion. I'm extremely overthinker. I can't help myself. Well, I understand that. Like our brother said, an analytical brain, a creative brain. I think someone who is creative has a lot of thought. And he goes, sometimes people call me a creative genius because I have all these ideas. And he is a creative genius. His music, his artwork, very nice. But what he says is, what you don't realize is I have all these thoughts and the pain is to get them all out. Like sometimes I have a million different videos I want to upload all at once. Sometimes like I do like Trump does like a Twitter rant. Like I do an Instagram rant. The tough thing, it's good to have active mind. It's good to have a creative mind, a thought, but the battle is sometimes you care too much, you think too much, and it's painful. because you have a lot of things you want to express, or you have a lot of things you want to let go. You don't want to keep meditating on it, and it's a balance of the mind. Um, but I tell you right now, I mean, in one sense, I'm still rather be like that because I see some people like you look at them, and like I wonder what that guy's thinking. And it's just like a bird, just like and it's like this guy ain't thinking not like the guy at Starbucks the other night who couldn't even get my coffee right. Like there was a bird going around in the cage. Now, no disrespect, but I'd rather be an overthinker. But I still believe that he should get at least $20 an hour. That's right. Marin, hey Marin, vulture emoji, laugh out loud. Yep, Marin. I thought about you. I did a video today from Sample. Well, I didn't upload it, but Sample Island, Florida. I thought about you. I shouted you out in the video. I'll probably upload tomorrow. You didn't get the vulture, but you got. I think that's a dragon emoji. Yep. On my Instagram, I posted a picture. I ran into my first alligator today. I got a great picture and I got a great video. It's up on my Instagram. My Instagram is the word inspire underscore 38. The word inspire, the symbol underscore, the number 38. I got a lot of pictures up there. Some from Naples, some from Sanibel Island. I saw the alligator and saw a couple of wildlife things. Tony, it's a dragon, but I'll take it. Yeah, vulture disaster. Good job. Italian Stallion. I meant to say my sister expects me to be like her, but I'm my own person. Well, there you go. It's like, trying to change people. I learned that kind of like in my mid-20s because I did, I don't know if I try to change people, but I remember there was a Bill Bellamy movie, How to Be a Player. And like, I was like in that mood, like, how do you be a player? Like, how do you change people? How do you like, the 10 laws of life, 10 laws of success, all that bullshit. It's all mind manipulation. The bottom line is show up every day, have a positive attitude, and, work on yourself. All the 10 laws of attraction, all that bullshit, it's all bullshit. What I can tell you is accept people for who they are, work on yourself, and whoever can't get it, they get the scissor cut off emoji. Tony, Sam, I'm thinking about eating Indian food. I don't like curry. I had vegetarian curry bites the other day, almost threw up. I hate curry. They've got a lot of veggie options. What do you think? I tried one the other day. It's just my personal way of being. Curry makes me want to throw up. And it like seeps through your pores. Not into it. But that's just my personal preference. Tina L. Wishing a good evening to you, Sam. Let's give you a magical palm tree. Pineapple. I had some pineapple today and smiling. Let's take a hydration break to that. I like pineapple. May I kindly ask you a question? Sure. What is your end game to all this? Well, that's a good question. Is it purchasing a home base? Is it renting an apartment, purchasing a condo, whatever? Well, it's not renting an apartment. I have no desire to purchase a condo. On the water, maybe a raw piece of land or RV lot, but a home base eventually. But I'm 38 years old. I'm relatively healthy. I have a remote job. The only thing that's keeping me away from purchasing something is I'm in a time window of life. I'm middle-aged, healthy, and I have a remote position. How long does that last? You have to seize that moment in my life. So now's the time for me to like wander and explore and live this free life. The older I get, the less my time window closes. There's not, I pray this job lasts forever, but those jobs are hard to find. It took me years to get this type of job. So I want to make the most of the moment I'm in. And then if God forbid, something changed, then I'm just going to buy a small piece of land that either I could put an RV on it. If I had to buy a small little condo, I would, but I kind of want to stay away from condos. I just want a piece of land with maybe an RV on it. Eventually, not now. That's what I would do. But, all things considered, that's my answer at this point. Good question. Excuse me. Luke, I agree with you, man. I get so many, excuse me. Luke, I agree with you, man. I get so many creative ideas and thoughts, and because of that, it keeps me awake sometimes at night. The problem with an active mind and thinking too much and caring too much is you get overwhelmed with a wave of creativity, and then you get frozen. So what I've learned is you want to write down your creative thoughts so that you document them, you focus your mind, and that you have them for a later time. Like sometimes I look at my creative thoughts like hours later, I say, oh, that ain't good. I don't want to do that. And then sometimes I say, oh, I'm glad I wrote that down. So again, you have to structure the creativity, you have to structure the mind, and you have to let it be free flowing. Like you don't want to suffocate the mind, but at the same time you have to discipline the mind. You have to have a little bit of both. Marin, yes, Marin. Saw it on Instagram. Thank you, Marin. With the angel halo emoji. I'm not mad at that. Queen. Too bad no vulture emojis. Damn. And you got all the good emojis, Queen. So I know if you don't have them, no one has them. What emoji did you give the other night? It was like a something I'd never seen before. It was like a cat with a heart eye emoji. Give me that right now. That's just magical, Tony. I'm with you, bro. I've definitely got hyper insomnia. I can't sleep sometimes because there's so many thoughts rushing around. I know I've been there, Tony. I was like that when I was younger. I remember asking an older mentor, I said, why can't I sleep? Why am I up all night? And he got tired of me asking. He said, look, you just got to man up. But what I found that helps is, again, wake up by 7 a.m. Take no naps during the course of the day. Walk at least 5 miles. And don't drink alcohol. And by 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, you should be tired. And if you're still not tired, masturbate. And after that, you should be very tired. Good job. Queen gave me the birdie emoji. Thank you. Queen. Here's the bird. I like it. Queen's laughing. Good job. Tony. Sam, to quote Ric Flair. He was to be that man, you've got to beat the man. And only man I've ever beat is my own inner demons. And then a demon emoji. Well, that's interesting because I thought Ric Flair was kind of a prick. Like I seen him in some interviews. He seemed a little bit like arrogant. But definitely, look, I mean, your worst enemy could be yourself. You have to let go of self-criticism. And you have to let go of self-criticism. And you have to let go of self-criticism. Good job, Tony. Italian Stallion. The beautiful thing for your situation is you get to save money that the average person can't. Very smart. Well, that's true. But I also spend a lot of money in travel. And now I use campgrounds. And food is my biggest expense. The problem with saving money is I did it in the beginning. When you have extra money, you're going to risk it a little bit more. At least I did. I tried to risk it a little bit with stocks or gambling. Now, it could pay off or you could lose. I think if you get in this game to save money, you have to be mindful that money can burn a hole in your wallet. And I think you can get, if you were just in this game just to save money, I think you can make out renting a very cheap apartment. It may not be in the best neighborhood. I mean, because for most people, I mean, so I think living cheap is helpful, but you don't want to just live in your car just for cheap, because getting ahead in life requires two things: saving money and making money. You can't just save money, you got to make money. And you can't just make money, you got to save money. So you have to find that balance, and then you have to find what works best for you. No one answer, but saving money is part of it. But you got to be careful because it could not be. Queen. Cut off emoji. Good job. Queen. Trenta water. Yes. Trenta water with extra ice that's melted. Now I'm going to have some more. Good job. Somebody give me the cup of water emoji. Italian Stallion. A major flaw throughout my life is saving money. I blow money. Yep, it's understandable. I mean, we got to speak on it. That's truth. Left and right, very hard for me to save money. It's very hard for human nature to save money. It's very hard for you to stay away from the girl with Hello Kitty. Why? Because we're just, it's like, why doesn't the mosquito stay away from like the light thing that zaps them? Like, bzz, bzz. Like you ever go like to, outdoor thing and they got that light that zaps the flies? Why don't they just stay away from it? They can't help themselves. Very careful. Queen, laughing, good. Luke, what emoji is that? Cool emoji. I don't know what that is. It looks cool. I like the colors. Luke, on average right now, would you say you're able to save a lot each month? Well, I'm able to save, yeah, definitely. On my 401k and in my personal. Yeah, I definitely still save. Yep. Luke, question mark. Tony, man, I want some cool emojis. You're making me real envious right now. Well, there's enough emojis to go around for everyone. Everyone look in your emoji archive and hit me up with your most interesting emoji. Back to the question about saving, because I don't want to rush over it. I think that's a good question. What you have to remember about saving is right now I'm blessed enough to have a good job. Having zero. And when you got nothing coming in, savings goes fast. I did a whole video about that. So even when you save, I mean, think about how long it takes to save thousands of dollars. It takes months and months and months and years sometimes. So you just have to be mindful that it takes a long time to save. It takes a short time to blow that savings. And for you to be able to do what you want to do in life, you have to try to find multiple avenues of revenue so that you can eventually live your best life. I mean, for me, that's partly why I do other things, but I don't know. I mean, in life is you have to think about money, and you have to sure that says don't long to be rich. Many people have caused themselves many sorrows. Now, I don't think you want to not be mindful of making money and saving money. And I think you want to be mindful of monetizing your gifts, but I also think you want to be mindful of you're never going to have enough. You're never going to have enough. You're never going to have enough because you're always going to want more. You're always going to need more. And at any time, anything can happen. Money's a big part of life. There's no, I couldn't do what I do without money. I know people that live this life. I mean, you see them on YouTube. They live in the middle of nowhere. They do nothing with their life. I can't live like that. I wouldn't be happy. And my long-term goal was I would love to be able to be self-sufficient. And I think the average person, even if they lived a minimalistic life like me, if they were going to pay their own health insurance and if they were going to buy their own things, I think you need to make at least $2,500 a month take home after taxes. That's true. That's true. That's what I think. Living in America, that's what I think. In most places. And being in living, not just sitting in your car rolling around. Living, like going, traveling, doing things. It all costs money. I went to Senable Island. It was $6 just on the Sun Pass, just to cross the bridge. It was $5 to park for 1 hour. So right there is $11. $25 to fill up my gas tank today. That's, 25 plus 6, we're at 31. I spent $10 in Starbucks. That's 41. And I bought a vegetarian sub. So it's probably about altogether it's $55 to $60 today. If you did $60 times 30, there's 30 days in a month. How much is that? 900, isn't it? $900 just in what is that? What's 6 times 3? 6 times 3, yeah. No, well, 12, 18. What the hell is that? Somebody give me that. I'm lost. But I'm trying to articulate what I'm saying. I don't know. I got lost in the sauce. But you know what I'm saying. I'm trying to break it down for you. Dylan, I hope everything is going good in your life. I'm healthy. I'm thankful. I still have good and bad thoughts, but I'm thankful. Take care, brother. Same to you. Love and respect, Dylan. Queen gave me the magical cat with the heart and eyes emojis. And to that, I say my favorite sweatshirt before it totally wears out is my cat emoji sweatshirt. Bang it. I get all the milfs with that. They always look at me and ask me where I get that sweatshirt. It's true. Tiny Stallion. That's what I plan on doing in Tampa. Find a very cheap apartment, simple for me, very good. Well, we used to have a viewer that came in here. What was her name? Angelina. She was very hot and sexy. Well, at least her profile picture was. She may have been a guy with a beer gut. But Angelina, I believe that's what she did. She got out of a divorce and then she just got a small apartment by Tampa. Tampa has good and bad areas, just like every city, Luke. The only way I could see the benefit of car living would be if you lived in a major city like Miami, LA, because the cost of living is so expensive. Well, actually, to me, that would be the worst way to live in a car because the parking situation I've been in New York, I've been in Miami, I haven't been to LA. It's very hard. You have to go to the suburbs. Actually, it's the opposite. Like, because if you live out in the middle of nowhere, unless you have a remote position, that's the only reason why I'm able to do this. Because if you were to live in New York or Miami, it's going to be harder to park. And then if you're going to live in the middle of nowhere, you'd actually be better living like an hour and a half away from Miami or New York or LA and then traveling to work. That's the only way you'd save money. You could park in the boondocks. But, the people always say, like, don't live in the cities, live in the country. That's fine, but there's no jobs in the country. Not high-paying jobs. You're going to work for some guy installing his electrical. I just saw, like, on YouTube, there's a guy that he has a beautiful lot in Texas. And he had some old guy who's 73 who still hasn't retired run his electric. Why? Because it's cheap labor. It's like when you live in the middle of nowhere, when you live in a country, there's not high-paying jobs. There's not a good school system. There's not good infrastructure. There's no disrespect, but when there's a lot of concentrated money, there's more of those things. When there's not, there's less of those things. The country is beautiful to live in, but you have to understand that most people need to commute to work. So I think you would make out if you commuted to a big city and you lived out of it and then you park somewhere in the boondocks or a campground. But if you're just going to stay in Miami, New York, or LA, parking is going to be a disaster. I know, I've been there. I suffered through it somewhat. And that's why I got the hell out of there as soon as I could. And that's why I plan to get out of there. But love and respect, Marin. Oh, the cup. Oh, it's a magical cup. You almost got like a Starbucks cup. Good job. Good job, Marin. Luke, so if you got paid a good wage and lived in your car, then obviously you could save a lot of money. Well, that's true. But again, like if you have a habit, like you're saying, now look, you have to make a certain amount of money to save. I've been there where you make a low-paying job. It's very hard to save even if you lived in your car. But like you said, if you have a habit of blowing through money or risking money or whatever money, and the more you save, the more you're going to want to risk, the more you're going to want to play with. So you have to be mindful. There's a discipline there. Just like waking up every day and going to the gym, there's a discipline. I know from being 350 pounds to 150 to 210 is that there's not a day that wakes up that I just want to go to the gym or that I want to wake up early. Every day's a battle. It's the same thing with saving money. It's not like you just wake up and say, oh, I just want to throw more money in savings. Now, you want to put some, but you're going to bust your ass to make money. Like every day I go to work, it's not easy. It's better, I've worked for low-paying jobs and high. It's better, but it's still work. Using your creative gifts is fun. Like for me, this is a vacation. I love doing this. But like I say, very, very few people make a living off their gift, off their thing that they love to do. Very few people. That's why like you see some rich people that say, well, find something you love to do. You'll never have to work a day in your life. Very hard to do that. Now, sometimes you get lucky. I pray I get lucky. But I've also spent most of my life working, all of my adult life working. And what I can tell you is you're going to pay a price to make money. Most people say it's great to have a high-paying job. Well, have you shown up every day for 22 years pretty much in your workforce and not quit and not got in trouble and being willing to take on more responsibility? Most people aren't. But that's what everything has a price to pay. Everything. Good job. Leno, greetings from Fort Worth, Texas. Shout out to Fort Worth. No state income tax in Texas. MTOF. And Florida. MTOF. Just saw your Instagram. Be careful. People have been eaten by alligators. I know, that's why I got the hell out of there. That's why I put a running man and then the alligator emoji. I was out there yesterday at the lighthouse. Yeah, I ran the hell out of there. Good job. Mel, Sam, pain changes people. That's true. What spurred me to lose 200 pounds? I was just trying to get in shape. I was overweight. I started lifting weights. I pinched a nerve in my chest. I went to the hospital, to the emergency room. I thought I was having a heart attack. I damaged my nervous system. My entire body went haywire. And that pain scared me to read up on nutrition and to change my diet. Losing and maintaining weight loss is 80% diet, 20% workout. And I had to totally change the way I viewed food and nutrition. That pain of being in the hospital and being scared and my whole nervous system. Somebody give me the fire ass emoji. Good job. Mel says, do you think it also makes people trust less, overthink more, and shut people out? By the way, I'd also rather be an overthinker than a yay brain. Yep, I love and respect to the yay brains. Respectfully and humbly speaking. No, I appreciate you putting that on end. Good job. What was the question? Do you think it also makes people trust less, overthink more, and shut people out? Well, yeah. I mean, look, when you know more, you know human nature. Jesus knew this too. He knew that. They said to Jesus, they go, the people love you. And he said to himself, he goes, people love you, but Jesus didn't trust them because Jesus knew it was in the heart. He knew human nature. He goes, I know they love me, but I don't trust them. And he was right, because one week they praised him and the next week they say crucify him. And even his right-hand man, Peter, turned his back on him. The first pope, Peter, he got the hell out of there when the Romans came and they arrested everyone. Why? Because human nature is when you're an overthinker and when you know things and when you have insight and when you can kind of like see inside a person's heart, you know it's a fucking disaster out there. Good job. Tony, Sam, I want to see the palm trees in the mills. Well, Tony, hang in there, brother, because we're getting close. Very close. Luke, oh my God, last year I had a good sales job for roofing. Here we go, see? I had a good sales job for roofing company, made over 70 grand and was able to save 30. That'd go fast. But lost the job, yep, here we go, and burned through 30K in 1 year. Luke, best comment of the night. Everyone left good comments, but I'm saying that's a great comment because it's honesty and it's truth and it's wisdom for everyone to learn that lesson. Save 30 grand, and I'm sure you had to do a lot of work for that. Got 30 grand, went through it in a year. You could easily go through that in a year or less. So Luke, love and respect, and I pray you get all that back and more and that you go forward in life. Cute Blackberry 1. Hey, Sam. Yeah, from London. Love and respect to the UK. It's late out there. I have a good job. God bless you. And with my properties, eats up a lot of my money, a money bag emoji, and time and aggravation. My mom had a multifamily property, total disaster. I am now selling them, yep, good job, to save money and have a better, simple life. Well, wisdom. Now, one thing I will say, look, if my mom didn't get that inheritance of a multifamily property, we would have been in complete poverty when I was young. So it's a blessing. And the only good thing I would say, like, when you have liquid assets, when you don't have any property or something like that, again, you can blow through all that money. And I know, my mom spent some time in Atlantic City. I did some things with stocks, so there's no judgment. What I can tell you is you got to be careful. And that's the only reason why people kind of like property is because, like, you can't blow through it. But it's a huge burden to have a property, and it's a lot of aggravation. Italian Stallion. I'm starting to collect precious metals. All right. I'm spending on something at the same time, building some wealth. Well, I love you, Italian Stallion. In my personal opinion, you should do whatever you want. I don't like collecting precious metals. Because if you ever have to liquidate them, you're going to take them to a pawn shop and you're going to get pennies on the dollar of what you paid. That's the truth. I've pawned jewelry before, and let me tell you something. You get pennies on the dollar of what you paid. You can buy $5,000 ring, and if you ever have to pawn it, you'd be lucky to get $800, $1,000. That's the truth. In my opinion, you should do whatever you want, and even that I think is a risk. But that's my opinion. Everyone should do what they want. Marin. What kind of emoji is that? Is that a meditation emoji? When I meditate, you got good emojis. I pray and practice. I got to upload a video. I talked about that today. And constant gratitude. Good job. I need nothing. Good job, Marin. Sometimes I have to remind my own self. Good job. I have an income. Good job, however. Marin, love, heart emoji, and respect to you. Tony says, at Luke, I'm sorry, bro. That's crazy, but you got to eat. Tony, Luke, good comments. Luke, I would love to do eBay selling. It's a disaster. Shipping, postal service, and everything. It's a disaster. It's a job. Just like, YouTube or anything else. It's not like, you just, all right, well, here it is. It's for sale. Come get it. Everything's a job. The only wisdom is when you like what you do, then it's not as much work. I like this. I got a friend that likes eBay. He enjoys it. I don't enjoy eBay. I tried it. He doesn't enjoy YouTube. So for him, there's no desire to do it. And he sells girls' pantyhose. He loves it. He's like you. He's a flipper. See, I know you like eBay because you like to flip stuff. So you should do that. Like I love YouTube. You should do what you like to do, and you should try to monetize that while still working. Because maybe you'll get lucky here, but if you don't, you still have a job. That's what the word says too. Scatter your seed because you never know which will grow. Good job. I would love to do eBay selling, he says. Live in an RV and travel. Yes, yeah, I'm mad at that. I would love to just live in my car, do YouTube, and just bang MILFs. Eating and reselling while living out of my RV. Me and you on the same page, but different ways of doing it. Luke, thanks, Tony. Appreciate the encouragement. Love and respect, Tony. Good guy. Queen, what emoji is that? Helicopter? Oh, laugh out loud. Sendable. Does cost. Yeah, $6 just for the toll. I used to live there. Oh, okay. Mary making it rain emoji. Good job. Is there a next time? I'll tell you where to park. Well, I found a place to park. Thank you. I paid the $5 by the beach, and then I went up the street. There was like a nature preserve walk, and it was free parking, like right up the block. I said, I know the next time I go, if I ever go, I may not. That's where I saw that alligator, that preserve park. I forgot what they call it, but thank you. There's too many trees and stuff, though, not enough sunlight. And the beach, I wasn't impressed with the water. The water looked kind of dirty. Gulf of Mexico, not the same as Atlantic Ocean. Well, definitely not the same as like by Miami and by Boca Raton. That water's like teal. That's why they call it the Emerald Coast. In the Gulf of Mexico, water not teal, but it's still beautiful, but not the same. Italian stack. Oh, I missed one. Where we at? Oh, Marion. 6 times 3, 18. Damn, so what I spend then? $1,800 a month. Good job, Marion. $1,800 a month if I spend $60 a day. Damn, that's a lot of money. Well, that's why I say you need $2,500 a month. Good job. Italian. I'm going to buy an e-bike. I've seen a couple of stores. They got them down here. So you definitely fit in. Tampa's where you're meant to be. When I get down there, they love them down here. That will save on car insurance. You got to be careful, man. I'm trying to tell you, people down here driving is dangerous. Riding a bike may be even more dangerous. People with dementia driving, like it's going to blow your mind. Everything's dangerous. Look, driving in New York, dangerous. Driving in parts of Jersey, dangerous. Florida, there's a reason that Florida has the highest car insurance. It could be an old person, or it could be like some young, crazy person, or it could be like a car that's got like no side on it. It's got no doors, and they're still driving it. Why? Because there's no car inspection in Florida. It's like Mad Max out here, man. And then he goes, he will save on car insurance and gas a while. You just make sure you don't get hit by a car, God forbid. Looking to cut costs any way I can. I ain't mad at that. Marry a MILF, man. Get her settlement. Good job, Tony. No problem, Luke. If I could just play the jazz in the club. Yeah, see? Now Tony talking about what he wants to do. I'm not mad at that. See, but it's hard to make money off your creativity, but I pray you do. That's why they say starving artist. Now, I know plenty of people like in Central Park, they would just play their sax. They would put their hat down, and they would probably get about $50, $100 a day. Play jazz in a club sometime. Hell, I'd play for free. I'm not allowance. Well, you need MILF allowance. That's why you got to get a good, rich MILF. You got to get one of the MILFs that Trump divorced, and now they want to spend his money. Good job. Queen, clown emoji. I don't like that clown emoji. That's scary. Marin. J-Cut. I just lost the sauce. Laughed my ass off. That's my shout out to my man Raj from New Jersey. He the one that put me up on that saying. Don't do that. Good to have sauce, but never overdose in the sauce. Well, J-Cut, love and respect. Marin, car living in LA is horrible. I actually know a couple people right now living in their car well, I don't know about LA, but in California. LA is different. LA is the city. I moved to Florida from there. Oh, okay, so you got more experience. I don't even know. I've never been to the West Coast. Marin says, LA can be dangerous if you aren't familiar and don't stay very low profile. Good comment. Look, parts of Miami, dangerous too. Like, sometimes like I show you guys like the tourist areas, but you go a couple blocks up, man, there's poverty, there's homeless, there's drug dealing. So, just remember that. Queen 18. Oh, thank you. You and her hit the math right. I got lost in the sauce. Thank you, J-Cat. I live in my 2003 Chevy Cavalier out here in Newark. Oh, man, you belly to peace. In Jersey, parking in the suburbs is where it's at. J-Cut, you already know what it is. Love and respect to Newark. Love and respect to that strip club after hour spot that I used to go. I don't remember which street it was on. But I know you had to get put on a camera before you went in there, and you had to say that you were not an undercover officer because it was a straight prostitute house, man. Love and respect. Queen, cool sweatshirt. I like it. Thank you. Live and let live. Oh, you're still here. Thank you. Hello, Sam. Glad you're still with me. Some people love me for a minute, and then they're gone. Thank you. Carrie. Hi there. Hey, Carrie. Hello to you. Carrie, love from Wisconsin. Shout out to the Wisconsin Badgers. And who was that guy? Ron Dane, one of the greatest running backs in college football. Live and let live. To see you doing you. Thank you, Live and let live. I appreciate that. Tony at Cute Blackberry. What's the temp in England? That's a good question. Poker 86. My dream is owning a $60K condo. Okay, I'm not mad at that. And only have an HOA fee and utilities every month. Good dream. I like where you're going. Very realistic. That's freedom in my eyes. I'm not mad at that. As a single guy, I could live. That's definitely a possibility down in Florida. Get you a job, man. Get your ass down here, man. Good job, Pro Poker. Good job. Marin, Always remember, what goes up like income can come down. Marin, you're very intelligent. Falling off the high income life is nothing. And she says, falling off the high income life to nothing is a disaster. That's so true. I've been there. Total disaster. She's right. Why? You're used to living lifestyle. Yep. You used to just like, I totally agree. It takes months to even notice a little shock. Marin, 100 emoji to you. Tony at Kerry. Hello from Wisconsin. Laugh out loud. Good job. J-Cut. I feel my diet is poor. Okay, I've been there. Since I'm trying to save money. Well, I want to respectfully disagree with you. When I was obese, 350 pounds, I spent more money on food than I do now. I spent more money getting General Tso's chicken, getting Kennedy Fried Chicken. I think that's a Jersey thing. Kennedy Fried Chicken. Oh, yeah. Not Kentucky Fried Chicken. Kennedy Fried Chicken. Anyone from New Jersey, know that spot. And what I can tell you is a total disaster. And I spent more money eating there than I did anywhere else. I'm eating cheap romaine noodles. Well, that's real cheap. There's a lot of sodium in that. How much sodium should you have per day? No more than 2,300 milligrams. Read the back of food labels. Canned soup bread. Well, that's not too. Beans, low sodium beans, and whole grain bread will get you right. Gotta watch the soup because that could be greasy. Do you have any healthy options that you can lean and affordable? Yep. Beans, Goya, low sodium beans, whole grain bread, and tofu. That'll get you right. And then for a little treat, brother, J-Cut. Skinny pop, man. That's all you need. Good job. Tony at J-Cut. Stop eating romaine noodles. I've been there. I understand that. And fried chicken probably worse, but the romaine noodles, too much sodium. They are horrible and have no nutritional value. Yep, my mom still eats them too, though. I understand. I know they are cheap, just trying to get help. I used to love the chicken flavor, and I used to put some hot sauce in there. Very magical, but total disaster. Marin, I lived for a time selling on eBay. Laugh out loud. I was sick, and it was worked for me at that time. I'm not mad. Can't knock the hustle. I was listening to some Jay-Z tonight, the old Reasonable Doubt album. Politics as Usual. Good song. Queen. Blow up emoji. Damn, it's a disaster out there emoji. Good job. Marin, red tide now. I know I saw the dolphin article. There was an article about more dolphins dying because of red tide in the West Coast. Total disaster. And I don't mean that disrespectfully. Golf gets beautiful. Good job. Well, that's a fair point. Luke, road emoji. And then there's a guy surfing. I don't know what that middle emoji is. Good job. Marin, you're cracking me up. Good. Well, I'm glad I'm making you laugh. Thank you. People on bikes with dementia. Well, it's true. Look, and you haven't been to Florida until you've seen, like, the overweight people. My mom has it too. Well, she doesn't have it, but when you go to Walmart, when you go to the supermarket, and they got the things you can sit down, and it's like a motorized cart. I saw someone at McDonald's in front of me with a motorized sit-down thing. Like, that you go to the supermarket with and you go around. And I'm like, there's no way this person's in the McDonald's drive-thru. I'm trying to get a large Diet Coke. That's all I was getting. And they were getting a whole order and driving through the drive-thru. It's a total disaster. Got to be very careful down here, guys. Queen, a fire emoji. Yes, a disaster emoji. Good job, Kerry. Oh, yeah. Queen, you're welcome. Thank you. Tony, Sam, when you going to make it? It's a disaster t-shirt. Oh, they're coming. Maybe. We'll see. I'll buy one. Probably a hoodie, too. I got to go back to the Jersey Shore and get hoodies. This was a Renegade hoodie. And I'm going to put, it's a disaster out there. Stay single. What was the other one I said? Capitalism is corrupt, but at least we got free porn. What was the second one? I forgot the second one. I'm going to make emoji. We'll see. Too much work. I hope I pronounced this right. Coach 9500. Sam, have you ever had somebody come knock on your car door? Yep. And tell you have to leave? Yep. When you were trying to sleep? Yep. I had that happen to me today. It's a horrible feeling at Sam's Club, and I was parked way in the back. Well, I've never been to Sam's Club because technically you're not supposed to sleep there, so I don't know, but I've parked about 3 times I've had someone knock on my door to tell me to leave, and they were all at rest stops, and 2 by state troopers, and 1 by like a security guard. And actually 4 times, 2 by a security guard, 2 by state troopers at a rest area where you allowed to sleep there, but no more than 3 hours. And then one time at a rest stop in Georgia, I had a alcoholic knock on my door at like 2 a.m. in the morning asking for money. So it's a scary thing when it happens, you guys, but that's part of this lifestyle. It's a trade-off. That's why I go to campgrounds now, and it's not worth it. Once in a while I stealth park, but you gotta be very careful. Queen. And shout out to Wisconsin cheddar. Gotta be careful with that cheese. Cheese, number one source of saturated fat. But if you want to get in the MILF game, don't judge anyone for chocolate and cheese. Why? Because you gotta accept them and they gotta accept you. J Cut. At Tony. Thanks, bro. I'm definitely gonna cut out the noodles. J Cut, no, it's not easy. But even if you don't, brother, you're still my guy. Like my mom, she still eats them. Do I judge her? No, I still love her. So, J Cut, even if I hope you do get your stuff together with the health, but even if you don't, brother, you're still my guy. Luke, hope you have a great night, Sam. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you also. You always my man. So fun fellowshipping with you tonight. Luke, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, J Cut. Thank you, everyone. Chang, the key is with the precious metals. Yeah, you never go to a pawn shop. You find a local coin shop and they will give you at least a spot price. Well, I'm not mad at you. Again, I don't want to change anyone. So if that's what makes you happy and that's what you want to do, I'm not trying. I love and respect. Thank you, Italian. Tony, no problem, bro. If you have to eat noodles, well, see, I like this love here. See, Tony's encouraging J Cut, and it's all love. He says, no problem, bro. If you have to eat noodles, buy the Japanese sopo. They are at least healthy, at least a little bit healthy. Let's see, it's a good comment. You guys are going good comments. If I ever go into a relationship again, it may be with a Japanese girl. I got sweet spots for the Asian girls. I saw one today at Starbucks, made my heart melt, but it's total disaster. I can't do it. Queen, 24 hours. That was a good movie too. Luke, yes, yes. Hoodie Sam, I am ready to buy one. I ain't mad at you. Marin, yes, for sopa. All right, guys and girls. I gave it the best I have. You guys gave it the best you had. You guys did great. I appreciate everything. I appreciate all the comments. I appreciate everyone clicking the thumbs up, like. I appreciate the super chats. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, J Cut. Thank you, everyone. I pray you get blessed back. I pray you get blessed back. I pray all your dreams come true. I pray you get a brains girl. If I run into a hot one, will I give her my heart? No. Will I give her a night in a renegade? Maybe. We'll see. 24-hour emoji. Yep. We got 24 hours to live. Like DMX say, what would you do? You finish the song. Love and respect.